Welcome to the Jeff
and the Bonch
Show. I'm Jeff.
I'm the Bonch. Come on.
Yep.
Was that introduction really necessary?
No.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's time for Fantasy Focus.
Let's make sure your vision's 2020.
There's a couple guys I want to talk about for various reasons this week.
Okay.
I don't really have sort of a stud or like dud situation. There's three guys I think are worth mentioning.
Okay.
The first one is Colin Kaepernick, who I find to be a very interesting case because now the starting quarterback of the 49ers.
Yeah.
And has looked pretty good to me.
Yeah.
At least not just from a football standpoint, from a fantasy standpoint. A running quarterback is always more valuable in fantasy from the Vicks and the RG3s. He's playing the Rams in the Dome this week. And my question is, if you have, say, a shaky quarterback situation, like, I don't know, say you have Big Ben who's injured, or, you know, something like that, would you start Colin Kaepernick?
I'm actually not a big Colin Kaepernick
Really?
fan
Interesting.
this week. I'm really not.
Why is that?
Unless you're in a league where rushing touchdowns are worth 6 and passing are worth 4.
That's a good point.
Then I think he's a good option. I don't know. I just think the Rams defense, not that bad.
Not terrible,
It's
no.
really not. I think I'll give him credit if he does good this week.
So you're a little more down on than I am, I would say. Because I think I think he's a legitimate starting option this week. I'm not saying definitely start him. He's definitely an option. I wouldn't say it's a bad start under any circumstances. You seem to be like, don't start him.
Well, it depends who you have. I mean, the truth is that...
You know, everything depends on who you have. Everything.
There's probably 12 other quarterbacks who I would start over him, I honestly think. This week, Tony Romo, Eli Manning, Andy Dalton, Andrew Luck, Matthew Stafford. I mean, there's sort of... Those guys are all pretty good starts this week. And there's a lot of them. I didn't even mention the main guys. Cam Newton,
Rodgers.
Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers. I've got 9 already. So it's sort of... I don't know who you're starting him over. That's sort of my problem.
Point. Okay.
I wouldn't start him over any of those guys. The only person I could see maybe having an issue is if you drafted Vic and Big Ben or something.
Yeah.
And
or
now
like
you're sort of
Big
in
Ben
trouble.
and Rivers. I know.
Yeah,
somebody did
I'd
that.
start him over Rivers. I'm going to go 5.
I'm gonna go 6.5.
Okay.
I really think he's not a bad start. I wouldn't see a problem with starting him. I wouldn't be like, you started Colin Kaepernick, what are you doing? I want to talk about a former fantasy hero who used to be one of the locks of fantasy football and has now deteriorated into nothingness. That's Antonio Gates, the San Diego
Not just a
Chargers.
lock, the clear-cut best player at his position.
Yeah. There was, when you look at the tight end rankings, there was Antonio Gates, and then there was a huge drop-off where he got even about the number 2 guy. This was pre-Gronkowski and all those guys, Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
There was Antonio Gates, and there was everybody else. This season, in a standard non-PPR league of 10 yards per point, he's ranked 15th. 15th among tight ends.
Yeah.
I went to say, oh, maybe he's doing better in PPR. PPR, he's 18th. Here's a list of tight ends: Kyle Rudolph, Jared Cook, Rob Hausler, Dwayne Allen. Those are all tight ends that have more catches this season than Antonio Gates does. I don't think you can trust Antonio Gates as a starting tight end anymore. It's sad, but it's the truth.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I'd go 3.5.
Yeah, I was gonna go 1.5.
Wow.
I don't think you can start him anymore.
You're just
He's playing the Bengals, who is a good defense.
Yeah.
And I would if you dropped Antonio Gates, I wouldn't be upset with you.
This guy's been surprisingly good with fantasy.
Okay.
You know what I'm going to say.
I don't know who you're gonna say actually.
Andy Dalton.
The Red Rifle.
You might not realize it, but the past few weeks, he's had some really good numbers.
This not just for fantasy football. This is for the Bengals in general. The Bengals get all this credit. Everyone talks about AJ Green. Yeah, AJ Green is unbelievable. Someone's got to throw on the ball. I would say he's like a 7 or 8 this week.
I was going to say 8.5.
Yeah,
I really like him.
You're a big Dalton guy.
Yeah,
I like Dalton in general. For fantasy, I'm not positive.
Nah, I like him a lot.
He should be good. I think a really interesting case this week is the dramatic return of Greg Jennings.
The return.
The return of Greg Jennings. He's practicing. He's going to start against Minnesota this Sunday. So my question is, a guy coming off an injury who you know can be a stud.
Yeah.
What do? Do you put him right back in the lineup?
Nope, I don't start him at all.
Really?
I don't start
You
him
wouldn't
at all.
even consider it?
Nope, I wouldn't consider it.
Are you saying just for this week?
Just for this week.
Okay.
You see how he does. He plays good this week. He plays the full game.
So you're saying
play
wait
no
and
idea
see.
what's going to happen, especially with the way Jordy Nelson's been this year. Not great
Randall
either.
Cobb.
But Randall Cobb. And also, that's why I don't think any Packers wide receiver I'm sort of nervous about this week because I'm nervous about Jordy Nelson. I'm nervous about Randall Cobb. He didn't have a great week last week. How's Greg Jennings going to affect these guys? you don't know. One of the three could have beastly numbers, and the other two could get nothing.
Rodgers is going to figure it out from a Packers standpoint, but from a fantasy standpoint, I think it's very dangerous.
Yeah, especially Greg Jennings going now with pretty much probably your fantasy playoffs on the line.
And exactly.
You're gonna hinge your fantasy playoffs on a guy you haven't started all year.
Exactly.
Don't do it.
And I totally glad you took this point of view because I totally agree. You can't throw him right back into your lineup when you have not seen him in months.
Roll with your guys.
It's time for Perfect Picks.
Our picks are pretty good. See what I did there? Boom!
I think you're using the term pretty good very loosely, especially after last week.
Our picks are our picks are I forget everything that happened.
Yeah, whenever Jeff makes a boo-boo, he forgets.
I just forget. I have a very bad
We'll
memory.
get to that in a minute. Game of the week for me. I like this Broncos-Bucs game a lot.
Okay.
I really do. A Bucs team that is in the middle of the wild card race. Looked pretty good in a loss to the Falcons last week.
They did.
And then they're going on the road to face a Broncos team that is running on all cylinders. I don't want to say 5-6 wins in a row. And my feeling of this game is the Broncos are going to lose before the end of the regular season. They are due for a loss. Tampa needs this win. This is also combining as my upset special. I love Tampa this week. Oh, look, we are in agreement.
Special.
Oh, all the Bucs fans are upset now.
I actually really like the Bucs this year. You know that.
You do.
And I wanted to see. I was curious to see who had beaten the Broncos. They had 3 losses.
Yeah.
Falcons, Texans,
Patriots.
But when I look at those 3 teams, they all have something in common. A, they're better than the Broncos.
Yes.
And B, they can all score a lot of points.
Yep.
And I really like the Bucs offense. They can keep pace.
We both like Josh Freeman a lot.
Yeah, we both like Josh Freeman. I love Doug Martin.
Doug Martin's great.
Vincent Jackson's great. Mike Williams is fine number 2.
Mm-hmm.
The
Broncos are due for a slip-up.
I'll go for my game of the week because it's actually a different game this
Tell
week.
me, please do what you think you're gonna do.
Jets Cardinals. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. How'd that be the game of the week? The game of the week for me is Giants at Redskins.
Yes, you came through for me. I'm so happy.
How could that not be the game of the week? For the second week
Especially
in a row.
Especially if it's you.
No, but the second week in a row.
No.
Can
Okay.
I explain why it's the game of the week?
Sure, go
at
ahead.
least?
Go ahead.
You've got RG3, 4 TDs, 2 weeks in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Redskins still have a hope for the playoffs. They're 5 and 6.
Sure.
If they lose this week, they're done. Completely out.
Mm-hmm.
5 and 7 out of the race.
Yes.
Giants have looked really well. They haven't looked really good, except for last week when they were beastly, which they somehow do randomly at certain times.
They know how to flip the switch.
Yeah, just to confuse me. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to this Monday night matchup. I think we're gonna have a high-scoring game.
Now explain why you think the Giants are gonna lose.
I didn't say the Giants are gonna lose.
Go and say it. I guarantee it's what you're thinking.
The Redskins are home.
Here we
RG3,
go.
RG3 is a
shot.
beast.
What a shot!
RG3 is a beast. I mean, come on. The Redskins are hot. Yeah,
thank you for being so predictable because I was prepared for this.
Oh, you were prepared.
I was prepared for this pick.
Oh my god.
Because I was like, if you watch the show, you know what Jeff's favorite thing to do is pick against the Giants.
That's my favorite.
Your second favorite thing is supposed to pick against the Patriots. So I figured, okay, I'm gonna look and actually see. How many times did Jeff actually picks against the Giants?
You really looked this up?
I looked it up. There's 18 shows where you picked the game. We picked games. Just whether it be you just picked a bunch of games or just game of the week and the special, whatever.
We talked about the Giants.
Yeah, we talked about not just the Giants. This is just 18 games where we picked anybody.
I understand.
11 of those 18 weeks you picked against the Giants.
That's just slightly more than half.
Yeah. We could have talked about any team. 11 out of 18 you picked against the Giants.
Yeah, well.
Okay. In 11 times you have picked against the Giants, the record is 8-3. 8-3.
That's the number I wanted. That's great. You're welcome, Giants. Oh my god, that's great.
It's terrible. It's terrible for you. It's great for the Giants.
That's hilarious.
8-3.
That can't be true.
8-3. 11 times 8-3. I threw the Patriots one in there. I'm not gonna embarrass you with that.
It's time for Lock It Up!
With an actual lock.
Still unopened.
Still unopened for some reason, but that's fine.
What
do we need to open it for? See, we're not opening it because these are locked and sealed, these picks.
No, we're not opening it so we can return it at the end of the year.
Yeah.
My locks of the week, it wasn't that hard for me.
Nope.
Curious.
Neither.
It was Texans over Titans.
Okay.
Patriots over Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
And Cowboys over Eagles.
Interesting. We only have one of the same three.
Really?
The Cowboys or the Eagles, I think. The Eagles are just...
The Eagles are so bad.
Yes.
It's just...
I'm going to go with the 49ers on the road against St. Louis. I think after that god-awful tie, the Niners are pissed.
Yeah.
The Niners are going to want to win this game.
Yeah, okay.
And as crazy as it sounds, I'm regretting doing this already. I'm going to make the Jets a lock against the Cardinals. The Cardinals are that... I don't care how bad the Jets looked. They can beat Ryan Lindley.
Yeah, but the thing that you're forgetting is the Jets can't score. They
Doesn't-
could lose this game 13-7
Cardinals
after
score?
Sanchez does a pick six.
Stop it.
Yeah.
The Jets are going to win this game.
So you're picking that as a lock over Texans, over Titans, and Patriots over
Yes.
Dolphins?
Yeah. I'm going to... Yeah. Because you know what? I could be easy. I'm going to do your thing. Or I'm going to be bold. I want to be bold with a bold pick. And whoever backfires on you. See if it backfires on me. The Jets are going to win. A West Coast team playing at 1 o'clock on the road. Ryan Lindley, who I didn't even have heard of until he started the game a couple weeks ago. Like, I never even heard of this quarterback. Who is he?
Hey, I'm not... Alright, fine.
And the Cardinals have lost 7 games in a row.
So they're due for a win.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, they're due
Are the Eagles due for a win? They've lost 7 in a row.
Definitely not. Thank you for watching the Jeff
And the Bonch.
Show.
See you next week for more fun and shenanigans.
Bye, America.
Shalom.
And I'm saying don't start him. I'm not saying, oh, he's not going to have a great game.
Yeah, I'm saying drop him.
Maybe he will have a great game.
That's Greg Jennings calling too.
Greg Jennings.
He's very upset with us.
Greg, stop calling us.
Yeah, we're saying not to start you.